open the oven and this massive smoke wave comes out with this burnt, charred smell, and I realize I've burnt my butternut.
Well, today is a good day. We are going to celebrate a South African culinary icon. Dorah Sitole and her inspirational cookbook, 40 years of iconic food.
Gogo Dorah Sitole is basically like a go-go to the nation, especially if you love food and you grew up being cooked for by either your mom or your grandmother.
So today we're enormously blessed to have a real-life daughter with us in the MasterChef kitchen. Phumzile is an accomplished actress. She's been on shows like Orange is the New Black and Star Trek Discovery. So I want you to put it together for Phumzile Sitole, all the way from Los Angeles.
Having Phumzile here is like having Mum D herself here. She's like the spitting image of her.
During your first week of auditions, you got her fourth and final cookbook, 40 Years of Iconic Food, and you were told to study it. I hope you did, because right now the only copy of that cookbook is up here. We'd like you to cook something that is reminiscent of the book, that is inspired by the book. It doesn't have to be a replica of any of the dishes, but it does have to honor the indigenous ingredients that Dorah loved so much.
Phumzile, should we set them off?
Yes.
Okay.
It's my line.
Yeah, you have the honors.
Your time starts now. Good luck. Go, go, go.
I planned on making biryani today, so I'm starting it now. A lot of Dorah's flavors in her book, and generally, she's got a lot of, uses a lot of Indian ingredients in her food. So, and a lot of her recipes are almost identical to what I grew up with, almost identical.
While I was looking through Dorah's book and just exploring all her recipes, I came across her carrot cake. I am a baker, so this is my chance to finally make my carrot cake. Cake is something that everybody loves. It brings me joy. And then also just thinking of Dorah, and there's a carrot cake recipe in her beautiful book, and just how I always had cake with my omas in the afternoons, you know, so I need to work.
I just want to make sure that I write down all of the things that I kind of remember from the recipe that I'm trying to pay homage to, which is an egg yolk ravioli with mealies kind of being the hero of the dish. Grab my mealies, grab a few other things, red peppers, basil, garlic, tomatoes, lemons, the list goes on, and get back to my bench to start. My pasta recipe uses quite a lot of eggs, egg yolks, a little drizzle of olive oil. You know, I hand kneaded it for a good 8 minutes, so I think that's also where the love comes in.
If anyone tries to go too fancy today, that would be a mistake, because this is from the heart cooking. The type of food that hugs you from inside is the type of food that Mum D used to make. Yeah, so.
Well, it's a perfect challenge for our contestants because it's home-cooked meals, a lot of love, a lot of passion, and that's what we're looking for today.
There's a lot of Madumbi action out there.
And I'm so happy about it. I love a madumbe. You?
So do I. And you don't find them in Cape Town very often, so I'm terribly excited.
I honestly feel that pap and chicken curry go so well together. It was my mom's special combination. And I know my mom used to use madumbi as well, which is an indigenous ingredient.
Tomato and onions and green chilies, and then you blend it together with a bit of water. And I'm going to add tomato paste to that mixture and my spices. That's always the base of my curry.
I want to give it that South African feel, that South African touch, and also in honor of Mam Dorah, because a mother's food is obviously the best food you can have. No brilliant chef in the world can ever come close to your mother's cooking.
My husband loves this, so for me it's a lot. That's why I'm doing it today.
So my husband's name is Friki,
and he's from the Afrikaans culture, and I'm from Durban. I'm Durban Indian. So when I first met him, I constantly cooked Durban Indian food for us all the time. And I used to call my mom in Durban and get all the recipes over telephone calls. You know, it was a family way of getting to cook this one part of food. And that's how I captured his heart.
Oh, I open the oven and this massive smoke wave comes out with this burnt, charred smell, and I realize I've burnt my butternut.
What's that burning? Can you smell it?
I burnt it.
Was it you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Will it cook?
Yeah, I'm gonna do small pieces.
With the limited amount of time I have left, I need to have smaller cubes of butternut to make sure that they can really cook through. Throw the honey on the olive oil, salt it, pepper it, throw some rosemary and some cinnamon sticks in, get that in the oven.
And I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope that in 10 minutes it'll be done.
I think the hardest part of the dish is actually getting everything done in 90 minutes and also balancing the flavor of getting the masala come through the rice and having everything the way I have it at home.
I've got most of my elements done. I'm just filling my ravioli. So I cut out my kind of beautifully rolled out pasta sheets and pipe a ring of the filling and then carefully pop a little egg yolk on top of that and then cover it with another piece of pasta dough and cut it out. I really don't want to disappoint. She's such an icon, and I would hate to kind of put a spin on one of her recipes that just flopped.
The butternut was a different story though. It somehow managed to cook in 12 minutes. I got it cooked and I'm stoked with it.
So yeah, I don't want to be too, overconfident. Yesterday I think I was a little bit overconfident. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best.
Charmaine, you're up next.
Oh, it's heavy. Thank you. This is a dish that means a lot to me. And after that cook, I don't know where I stand, to be honest.
Oh, introduce us to your dish.
I made lamb biryani with dal and 2 side salads. About 7 years I met my husband, and I never ever cooked any Indian food at all. So when I met him, that's when I started cooking. And yeah, so today I cooked for us.
I've eaten a lot of biryani, and I'm afraid yours is one of the best. Really lovely.
This is magical.
Hiding right at the back. Alicia?
I think that I really wanted to be true to myself and make something that I love and kind of bring the two worlds together.
Okay, talk us through what's on the plate.
So this is mealy and egg yolk raviolo with 2 sauces. It's inspired by the very first recipe in Dorah's book, but hopefully it gives you that joy of biting into kind of charred, buttery mealies. And it's got kind of a piquant, charred pepper sauce as well, echoing her recipe. And the egg yolk represents the mayonnaise, which is the second sauce on hers.
I must admit, when I look at your plate, I don't immediately see Dorah, but you explaining that the mealies is what inspired it. Hopefully the flavor gives me that satisfaction of, honoring Dorah and what she would have prepared. like your pasta is beautifully thin. Does this reminisce of something Dorah would have made? For me, no. I understand your idea of celebrating umbila because it is the first recipe in the book. It doesn't feel like the hero of this dish. It doesn't feel like an ode to Millie's in any way. So for me, it falls short.
If you want to do a beurre noisette and serve it, you need to keep it foamy. You need to add like herbs at the last minute. You don't just to make that foam and so it doesn't fall flat like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alicia.
If I'm at the bottom today, I'll obviously be incredibly disappointed. I feel like I've put myself on the plate today, and I'm really proud of what I've made.